Mommy's with the maggots now.
Hey spooks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can transform yourself into Ellie from Evil Dead Rise. I've been absolutely in love with this character design for so long, and I have been so excited to turn myself into her finally. But if you haven't already, definitely make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be uploading multiple Halloween themed makeup tutorials throughout the entire month of October, and y'all definitely don't want to miss it. So anyways, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Hey Spoops, so to get started, we are going to be popping on our red wig and also some white and red contact lenses as well. I will have the brands linked down below for you guys, and then we're going to be starting by creating the injury under her eye. I'm going to be taking some liquid latex on a little sponge, and I'm just going to be starting off by applying some right under my eye and then taking a tissue, and you can actually pull this tissue apart to make it even more thin, so that way the edges blend into your skin a little bit better. And I'm just going to be tearing off a piece and applying that right under my eye before blending out those edges. And I am going to try to build up some of those wrinkles a little bit just to kind of add more dimension to this injury by having some areas that are a little bit more raised and some that are thinner and blend into the skin. And then we're going to be doing the same thing to the forehead as well, just kind of creating that cut on her forehead. Once again, I love using reference photos. I feel like that is just the easiest way, is to truly just directly look at the photo and try to replicate it on my face. And anytime that I have the liquid latex around the edges, I am trying to make that as thin as possible, once again just to try and help it blend into my skin and make it look real. To set this, I'm actually just going to be using some Johnson's baby powder. I like this because you can use a lot of it and it is cheaper than getting, a lot of translucent powder. Completely up to you, but for special effects looks, this is what I prefer to use. And then I'm going to be moving on to applying my foundation. I'm just going to be mixing these two. This is my L'Oreal Serum Foundation in the color 2, and then I'm going to be mixing that a little bit with my NYX Total Control Foundation in Porcelain, just to help lighten it up a little bit, because we don't want this to be exactly our skin tone. We just want it to be a little shade lighter. Moving on, I'm going to be taking my alcohol activated paint Skin Illustrator Flesh Palette, and I'm going to be taking these two brown colors, and of course in order to activate these you need 99% alcohol, and I'm just going to be using a chip brush to splatter my face with this to help break up the foundation. And this is going to be a really cool step as we continue along to help enhance the makeup look by continuously breaking it up, and you'll see what I mean as I continue. Like, this is just, I think, one of my favorite secret weapons when it comes to special effects makeup is this technique. Next, I'm going to be going into the vein tone, and like the name of the color, I'm going to be starting to create these blue tone veins all over my face with a thin brush. So I'm going to be focusing around the eyes, I'm going to be bringing it over to my cheeks, my neck, just any area that I really want to have some creepy blue veins pop. I'm just going to be going ahead and adding it myself, making sure to blend it out with my finger as well to help diffuse it if it is too vibrant. Another alcohol activated Skin Illustrator palette I'm going to be using is the FX palette, and I'm going to be taking the black, and same as before, I'm actually going to be creating some black veins, and maybe this was caused from those really gross black vines that are in the movie, who knows, but I'm going to be applying this over my face as well, and also using it to really enhance that little cut that I have on my forehead too, and starting to add a little bit of dimension into that injury on the cheek as well. Next, I'm going to be mixing Prime Red and Rose Adjuster, and I'm once again going to be splattering that all over my face just to help break it up, kind of give it like a little bit more of like that rosy tone under my skin. And then I'm going to be going into Burnt Orange, and I'm just going to be starting to create some weird facial staining. Once again, I'm just using reference photos as I go, and I felt like she needed some of this burnt orange throughout her face, so I'm just going to be continuously adding some more discoloration as I go. And this one, it was just really important to make sure to diffuse it and blend it out with my finger, and honestly just slowly building these up over time is really what's going to make the look more realistic, because they are alcohol activated paints, so we can make them as thin or as vibrant as we want, but being able to diffuse it with my finger is definitely just really helpful during this process. And I'm also going to be adding some of that paint into the injury area as well. It ended up being a little too vibrant, so I am covering it up a little bit with the foundation, and then I ended up loving that color. I felt like that is exactly what I wanted, and so I did the same thing to my forehead as well. I'm also going to be going back into those brown tones to kind of add a little bit of a darker area to the edges of the injuries to help add a little bit more dimension and enhance those shadows before I go into my prime yellow alcohol activated paint. And this is really going to be some cool staining on her face as well. It kind of shows a little bit of like infection and just, you know, some weird stuff going on under her skin before going back into black. And once again, I'm just going to be adding a little bit more veins to my face just to help enhance them. If you're going to be around your eyes, feel free to use some black body paints as well, just because I know that the 99% alcohol can be, you know, a little bit difficult on the eyes sometimes if your eyes are sensitive. And y'all will see my eyes were just having a hard time today, like throughout this tutorial, so I ended up actually having to switch over to body paints at the end of the video because my eyes were just so sensitive, but you know, it just happens. Next, I'm going to be going into my Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette, taking the black eyeshadow on a fluffy brush and just lightly adding some shadow to my eye area and deepening up that socket. And this is where my eyes became so sensitive. I actually had to turn down the lights a little bit because, oh my gosh, y'all, just between the alcohol activated paints, the contact lenses, then the bright lights, and just being a little bit sleep deprived, they were having a blast. So I kind of had to make some adjustments. I'm just adding some shadows. I'm going to be taking the red eyeshadows to outline my eyes, which honestly I was kind of already on a roll with my eyes being as sensitive as they were at this point, but we're just going to be enhancing that now. I'm also applying it lightly to the outline of my lips and just smudging that with my finger, and also doing the same thing with the black as well. And I'm also going to be going into my Made You Look body paint in ink, and on a stipple sponge I'm just going to be applying that to the corner of my mouth. And now we're going into our Midnight Dark Blood. I'm going to be applying this to a little sponge and starting to apply it to my injuries. You don't have to add the blood to the injuries if you don't like for this look, because she has multiple phases in the movie, some where she's not bloody and some where she is. I decided to go the bloody route for this, but you could just keep it without the blood if you prefer. So I'm going to be applying it to my forehead, under my eye, and also that entire mouth area as well. But I'm really going to kind of try to avoid applying it to the upper lip. I'm mostly focusing on the lower lip and the chin area, just because her upper lip seems to be pretty left alone in a lot of the reference photos I was looking at, so I kind of tried to stick to that a little bit. Moving on, we are going to be doing some makeup for our teeth. So I'm taking my Fleet Street Tooth Lacquer palette, taking a mix of black, coffee stain, and nicotine. And to start off, you actually need your teeth to be completely dry for this. So I'm just going to be drying it with a tissue. And this is a 99% alcohol activated paint set like the rest of our face. So you have to spray the palette before you can start applying it to your teeth. And then you also have to wait for it to be completely dry. Otherwise, it's going to taste like 99% alcohol, which is not fun. So you have to wait for it to be dry, apply the paint, and then wait for it to be dry again before you can talk like normal. And we also want to zhuzh up the wig a little bit more too. So in order to make the wig and our face look wet, in the movie, they use Evian water and they just continuously spray the actress with that. But for this tutorial, I actually decided to do a mixture of water and glycerin. This is what they'll use on other sets as well to help create that sweat look or dripping water look. So I decided to use that technique for this look just for my camera purposes. However, if you're going out, I definitely recommend getting that Evian water and just kind of keeping it in your bag with you and just constantly respraying yourself throughout the day. So that is also an option as well. And that is my completed Ellie makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!